What's up, guys? Welcome to the Jewel channel. Today we are going to be talking about Nicki Minaj slash Grammys, Lotto, Gorilla, and we're going to be talking about Saweetie. So first I want to talk about Nicki Minaj and the whole Grammy situation. First of all, I hear people saying Nicki doesn't need a Grammy, she's a legend, and she is. But it's not about what she needs, it's what's deserved. Nicki deserves a Grammy. Grammys, you know, if we're gonna be honest, but you know, she got snubbed, and they're saying, well, she's nasty. Well, men are nasty, but they still get, you know, stuff. It's a vendetta against her, and it just is what it is. However, the CEO of the Grammys spoke out and basically said, in order to win a Grammy, it's not about numbers, it's not about, you know, sales, it's about relationship, basically, is what he said. You know, and that's how they vote. And it's just, Nicki's not popular ever since the hate train and all the stuff that's went on in the background. People just really aren't rocking with her like that are in the industry. Not talking about artists and, you know, people like that, but I'm just like behind the scenes, because you heard her say that it was, you know, corporate giants and machines that went against her. So they initiated all of the stuff that happened. But I think that the Grammys are kind of, you know, for their own good, they are watering down a Grammy. And what I mean by that is probably not the best verbiage, but I feel like the Grammy is no longer a Grammy if you're giving it to everyone. That brings me into the Lotto and the Gorilla. I did like Gorilla's song, so I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. And Lotto is what it is. I mean, she had one song that charted #3 and nothing else has went there, so you know, it is what it is. But even then, I'm just like, Nicki Minaj is the only female artist this year that has went #1. She charted at #1. Now people are saying that they really don't like Super Freaky Girl, and I guess it's up to your disclosure, like whether you like it or not. But you can't deny that it hit #1. It's still on Billboard. It was on, I think, Billboard top 10 for 2 months until Taylor Swift came out. Then that knocked it over, but it's still hanging. I think it's like #20 now, or 18 on Billboard. But I just feel like, you know, if we're being honest, she should at least been nominated. If you guys weren't gonna give it to her, she should have been nominated, because she's done the work. This year, Nicki Minaj has been a force to be reckoned with as far as putting music down, being consistent, giving different flavors. You know, she gave hip-hop Nicki, pop Nicki, fun Nicki. You know, she's getting ready today, I believe. I seen the trailer on her page and all over Twitter, but she's getting ready to drop a song for the World Cup. So that's pretty dope, and it has Arabic, I hope I'm saying that's right, person on there, and then it has a Spanish lady, and she's beautiful. But I think that would be really dope for Nicki Minaj. People are always talking about the negative things with her, and they failed to give her positivity. And here's the thing, if they had went through what she went through, they would still not be standing. People are talking about, oh, give it to grandma and all this type of stuff. Like, grandma looked better than half of y'all. No shade, she looked better than half of your faves. And also, while you're saying that, Nicki is undefeated. She's still outselling the girl, still doing the stuff. Even when she was doing her hate train, she was still bringing in numbers. That's what makes them sick, that they thought that they were going to get rid of her, and they couldn't. The thing of it is, and the question that needs to be asked is, do you think your fave is going to be here 15 years from now, 10 years from now? And if they are here, are they going to be selling? Are they going to be charting? And I'm not talking about a little bit. I'm talking about, are they going to be selling? Because Nicki Minaj is still here through a hate train, through everything that she's been through the attacks on her husband and everything, her family. And she's still charting. She's still making noise. And if it wasn't for Nicki, a lot of girls wouldn't be where they are in the industry. And I'm not taking anything from anyone, but I'm just speaking facts. So when you say Nicki Minaj name, what she said, when you say Nicki Minaj name, you know Nicki Minaj wrote it. When you say Nicki Minaj name, you need to put some respect on that, okay? And so that's going towards the Grammys. That's going toward anyone that has an issue with Nicki. You guys need to put respect on her, because it's hard to be in the game, still producing, still doing this in this day and time, and nobody's giving her anything. She's earning it. And that's what's really got them sick. Nicki has been active in 2022. And just imagine 2023 is gonna be similar, because she's getting ready to drop an album. So I just think they need to stop. You know, as far as celebrating the upcoming women, we absolutely should be celebrating upcoming artists. However, don't use Nicki as, oh, we can't make it because of Nicki, we da 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 da. And then my thing is too, when they get to giving Grammys to everyone, but then when the people can't sell out concerts and shows, and they're having to jump on somebody else's tour and all this other type of stuff, it's like, but you Grammy nominated, what happened? Megan Thee Stallion has 3 Grammys, and I didn't see her nowhere this year. She dropped a whole album. Where they at? Where are the fans that are supporting you? Because to be an artist, you have to have fans. And that's why a lot of people is really upset with Nicki Minaj. If you really want to get into some things, it's because Nicki Minaj's fan base is out of here. She has the #1 fan base in the world. The only people that are topping Nicki Minaj is like a Taylor Swift, is a Harry Styles, and that's because they're more on that side of the fence as far as their genres and the people that they reach. But in hip hop, Nicki Minaj is top tier, and I want y'all to stop playing with her. The second thing I wanted to address is the fake love that Nicki's getting. Yes, the love is old, but it's fake. I seen the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne and them. I seen Doja Cat. I seen all these people that are supposedly coming to her defense. And it's just like, where were y'all at when this been happening? Oh, now y'all see that she, you know, since there's nobody else out there right now, y'all like, oh, we can't say it's this person. They're just doing, you can see that what they're doing to her. So now you guys are coming out and speaking, but nobody spoke when it really mattered. It doesn't really matter right now, because Nicki's already had to go through all the hard times by herself. So to hear people like try to have her back now, it's just like, okay, I consider it to be fake love, but thanks for saying what we already know, what we knew, what it should have been, how it should have been. Thanks for saying that. The last thing I want to address is Saweetie. I just went online, and Saweetie is trending because of her song she dropped, and then also because of people are saying that in the song, obviously she's addressing things. You know, it's no surprise that Quavo and Lilbaby took shots at Saweetie's in their music that dropped. It's very unfortunate that Quavo has experienced a loss in his life with his, you know, I would say brother, you know, Takeoff. It's not his brother, I think it's his uncle, but they're like brothers. So, you know, someone very close to him, let's just say that. But Saweetie was already planning to drop her project, and it's not fair that they got to attack her, but she can't defend herself, and she's an artist. So how do you defend yourself? And you put that in your work if you're an artist, and her music is her work. And people are saying, oh, it's not the time. It wasn't the time when they was doing it, when Cardi B and Offset and Lilbaby and Quavo was coming at her. Was that the time then too? Because they could have cleared it right then and there. They could have said what it was and wasn't, but they're trying to save it for Offset's album, hoping it was going to save him by having something spicy. But people are always judging, saying, oh, these artists, they just want to talk bad about, you know, someone. They're not keeping anything to themselves. Like, no, that's what your faves are doing. They're holding on to a little piece of information, and they're basically saving it for their album, so people can say, oh, such and such talked about such and such. Go listen to their album. I mean, it's not, come on, 1 and 1 is 2. So I just want to address that. I think Saweetie should talk about it in her music. And I listened to one of her songs. Someone said her song wasn't really good. I thought the song was okay. I mean, you gotta think, she hasn't dropped anything in a very long time, so this is basically getting her feet wet. And you know, I think that she sounded really good, you know, so I like the song. I didn't think it was bad. Now, will I bop it every day? Probably not. I haven't listened to the full album, so I only listened to the one that was dropped today. But her whole album drops at midnight, so I'll go listen to it then, and then I can update you guys on what I think. Also can update you on what I think about Nicki Minaj's song. So but I heard a little snippet of her verse and she was going in, so I was really excited about that, because I'm like, yeah, let them know, sis, don't play with you. You can get on a beat with anybody and ride it, okay? Period. Anyways, you guys, don't forget to like, do not forget to follow, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and have a nice day.